Alright everyone, welcome back. This is another video for us going over the Steam Autumn Sale. This is 2023 and it's going to run from November 21st to the 28th. So you have a week to take a look at all these games and things that they offer. Maybe you might find something that you will enjoy. But last time I took a look at the featured games, but there's of course a lot of games on sale. So we're going to scroll down here and maybe look at some featured franchises like the Dragon Ball franchise, Monster Hunter, Call of Duty franchise. Not really too familiar with these, unfortunately, but if that's what floats your boat, then maybe that's something you can take a look at. Same thing with Hitman franchise, definitely a well-known name, but I don't think I've played this ever though, so I'm not too sure if it's good or not. Assassin's Creed, definitely a well-known one. Wow, the whole thing is like 450 bucks. Now it's dropped down to $100. They do release a lot of Assassin's Creed though, to be fair. I think the one that I'm most familiar with is number 3, the one where they fought during the Revolutionary War. But yeah, I heard some good stuff about it. And I do like the gameplay as well. Elder Scrolls, of course, got Skyrim, the one of the greatest games, in my opinion. Elder Scrolls Online, I don't think I've ever played it before. But they do have some pretty good cinematic trailers though. But yeah, if you like MMOs, maybe that's also something you can take a look at. Tom Clancy, I played Ghost Recon Wildlands. I have that. But I don't think I've have played the other games before. Civilization, of course. All of them are usually pretty good, from what I heard. Final Fantasy, same thing. And of course, we got Far Cry as well. I like the story for this one, so they do have some pretty good stories. Star Wars, you get some really good ones. I know you get like the old Battlefront 2, the Republic Commando. There's some really old games that's old but gold. Um, if you're a Star Wars fan, then pretty much everyone has these. Company of Heroes. I've heard of them, but never played with them before. Warhammer. Heard of them, never played. Need for Speed, and then of course Doom is also another good one. EA Sports, I don't think that's really for me. Resident Evil, got some good stuff, but their games are usually a little bit more expensive. And I'm not really a horror person, but to be fair for Resident Evil, it's not as much of a horror game compared to others. This is more of like a story based, and I do like watching gameplay of it. So, Total War, it's also another good name. Battlefield, yeah. If you're a shooter fan, of course, got some $4, $4. The only thing though is like with these shooter games, I'm always scared that their player base eventually diminishes. So if you do have it, like if you want to play multiplayer, I don't know though. I don't know how active these games are, but I'm sure over time it'll drop. Borderlands is pretty good. And then of course Fallout. I think Fallout 4. Yeah, that's their that's their big one right there. And we're back to these. So yeah, some franchises, and I'm sure like there's a lot of these that they sell in packages, so you get multiple games. And then we've got some other stuff. This is probably just based on what I like to play. And some other games here we got like GTFO. It's like a horror shooter co-op. I'm not too familiar with that. Got positive reviews. I might get it. So it is 26 bucks. SCP. So I'm like a huge fan of the SCP lore, I guess. I used to read their wiki all the time. It's like some people just come up with really creative stuff, but I don't know. Like the games, they seem kind of scary though. So this looks like a strategy game, Knights of Honor. Okay, never heard of that one, but looks cool. Another shooter game called Insurgency Sandstorm. State of Decay. Okay, this is like a zombie open world kind of thing. Kind of like DayZ maybe. Northgard, okay, like a strategy game. Call to Arms shooter. It's like a World War II based. Ground Branch. I'm not. Yeah, so these games I'm not too familiar with. Oh, Chivalry looks pretty good though. I have the first game and I really enjoy the gameplay. If you're like one of those medieval massive battles, reenactments, and all that stuff, I think it's worth it. Yeah. And then, yeah, these are just some DLCs for me based on what games that I have. But yeah, this is really cool. Um, Unfortunately, these games, a lot of them I've never really heard of. So, what do you think about them? Do you think they're worth buying, or do you think they're not worth buying? I'm not too sure myself, but have to take a look and maybe do some research. I'm not really looking for any. I'm not like someone who buys a lot of games. I usually just try to get one or two and then just play those until I'm bored. Then I'll look for more. So we'll see. I also wanted to take a look at the different categories they have because it might contain some games that I missed. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to look at everything, obviously, because there's probably hundreds of games on sale, thousands maybe. But usually these are just like the more popular ones, maybe more well known. I'm going to take a look at maybe Survival. See what they got here. Dredge. Okay. Okay, looked at these before. Back for Blood, GTFO, Aliens. Rust is a pretty good one. Rust is always so expensive though, but it definitely seems like a really good game and a fun game. This is also one of those things that I'm keeping an eye on. Maybe one day, if it's cheap enough, I'll take a bite at it. Dead by Daylight. This is also a really popular game. I don't think it suits my preferences though. But yeah, it's pretty cheap, $8. Resident Evil, of course. Sons of the Forest. Okay, so the Forest games is actually looks really fun. I never played it before, but I did follow it because I thought the lore was actually really interesting. So I found like a whole bunch of YouTube videos, watched watch the plot, watch it for the story. And the gameplay looks pretty interesting as well. Though this is one of those games where I feel like I have to play with someone else. I don't know if I want to play by myself. But yeah, it does seem like a really good game. And then some of these other games here, not too familiar with them. Raft, I think I covered in another video earlier. So yeah, really good. Oh, Dead Space. Yeah, I heard good things about Dead Space as well. It's actually super, I think super gory, super scary. And then here, I'm not sure if these are... Okay, so these are just DLCs, I guess. We can take a bit... Oh, Subnautica. This is actually a game that I might be interested in. It's open world underwater. It's like one of those things where just... what's that name called? Where you're like fear of the water or something? Thalassophobia? Yeah, this is one of those things. Yeah, overwhelmingly positive. It does seem like a really fun game, really good game. And then it's got some other stuff here. Once again, this is the forest. Some other survival open world stuff. 7 Days to Die. I remember this game. I think it came out a while ago. Yeah, almost 10 years ago. Very positive. I think I played it before when it was free. Maybe it was like in beta or something. Wonder if I should get back into this one. Conan Exiles, Dying Light. What is it? Subnautica Below Zero. Is this like another game? Maybe it like tells a story or something. And then we just get deeper and deeper into the Steam sale rabbit hole. So I'm gonna not go too deep. Maybe we can look at the action. Yeah, Resident Evil, similar stuff. Escape the Backrooms, Metro Exodus, Left 4 Dead, 99 cents. Hey, this is a good one. If you don't have this game, this is a good deal. Left 4 Dead. Though I would probably look for Left 4 Dead 2. But yeah, no, this is. I still play this game to this day. It ages really well developed. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I would get this game for the zombies mode. Yeah, I need some friends to play this with though. Okay, some other stuff. Tomb Raider. Yeah, everything else I haven't really heard about too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. And then we have like horror games. I guess Fallout 76 is a horror game. Dead Space, all pretty cheap. Devour, $4. Project Zomboid, Hunt. Honestly, I thought there were gonna be more horror games, like say Five Nights at Freddy's or like Poppy Playtime or something like that. Maybe it's because they're free. But yeah, these are more like story based, maybe, or like survival. Adventure, we have like yeah, this stuff I don't think I've heard too much about. I mean, there's Subnautica again. Outlast Trials. Okay, this is like a horror game, right? The Isles. So this is what? It's a dinosaur survival game. Ooh, that might be interesting actually. RPGs. Oh, oops. Caves of Cud. Far Cry. Yeah, we're just seeing some similar stuff again, so nothing too much here. What about simulation? Settlement survival. Yeah, it's just some like pet simulator, farm simulator, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I mean, I think I've kind of just looked at pretty much everything I wanted to. Um, like I said, there's a lot of games here. Probably didn't cover anywhere close to all of them, so take a look at it. Once again, you have about a week, so use this to your advantage if you're looking for new games or something like that. Find something that you enjoy, or maybe something new that you might think you enjoy. And let me know if you have any recommendations for games that you think are worth taking advantage of from the sale. Let us all know in the comments. But yeah, I just like looking at these sales. It's kind of like shopping at the mall or something like that. Doesn't mean I'm gonna buy anything, but the browsing part is what's fun.